Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're going to break down an investment framework that's built for a very specific and maybe a little scary future. One where AI could create some serious economic chaos. Let's dive right in. All right, so the whole idea from our source material really boils down to this one single question. What if AI doesn't just make things more efficient, but actually replaces millions of high-paying jobs? What does that world look like? And more importantly, how do you even begin to prepare your finances for it?
Okay, so when you hear economic chaos, your mind probably jumps straight to 2008, right? Total financial meltdown. But the source material is very clear on this. What might be coming is a completely different beast, and you've got to understand why it's not the same. And wow, this slide just lays it all out, plain and simple. Back in 2008, you had this ticking time bomb of variable rate loans and people who were barely hanging on. Today, it's a whole different story. We're talking 92% fixed rate loans, and the average person has a ton of equity in their home. The foundation is just way, way stronger.
But here's the real kicker, the wild card in all of this. If a crisis does hit, the government's probably going to fire up the money printer like never before. But, and this is a huge but, at the exact same time, you have AI, this monster deflationary force that's making everything cheaper and boosting productivity. You've got these two massive forces just battling it out, and we've never seen anything like it.
So, okay, how do you actually play this? Well, the first strategy they lay out is actually pretty simple, almost elegant. If a powerful new force is about to change everything, don't fight it. Invest directly in the agent of disruption itself.
And the whole philosophy behind this comes down to a killer quote. Their ignorance is our alpha. What does that mean? It means the real money isn't made by following the herd. It's found where the average person, the normies, completely misunderstands what a company is really doing. That gap between perception and reality, that's your edge. That's the alpha.
And Tesla is the poster child for this idea. People get caught up in car sales numbers, right? But they're missing the real story. We're talking about billions of miles of real-world self-driving data that no one else has, humanoid robots that could revolutionize manufacturing, and even a plan to use SpaceX to make AI chips in orbit. This isn't just a car company. It's not even close.
All right, so that's path number one. Own the disruption. Now let's pivot to the second path, which is almost the flip side of the coin. This is all about building a defense, a hedge against the fallout that all that disruption could cause. And the logic here is super simple. Think about it. If AI causes job losses and the government prints trillions of dollars, people might start losing faith in traditional safe assets like government bonds. So where does all that money go? It's going to look for a safe haven. It's going to run towards things that are real, that are hard, and that you can't just print more of. And in the digital world, that's Bitcoin.
Okay, and this is where it gets really clever. Check out what MicroStrategy is doing. The source calls it an accretive flywheel, and it's kind of genius. They raise money that they never have to pay back, use it to buy Bitcoin every single day, and as long as Bitcoin goes up faster than their cost of capital, the amount of Bitcoin behind every single share just keeps growing and growing.
And you want to see if it's working? Oh yeah, the numbers don't lie. Look at this. Since 2020, Bitcoin's price is up an incredible 6.1 times. But the amount of Bitcoin per MicroStrategy share, that's up 10 times. It's basically a leveraged bet on Bitcoin, and so far it has worked beautifully. That's the flywheel in action.
Okay, so we've got the two main pillars of the strategy, own disruption and own scarcity. But for those who want to get a little more sophisticated, the source dives into some more advanced plays for this new world. First, there's something called the pair trade. Now, this isn't just a set-it-and-forget-it kind of deal. No, this is about being active. You're constantly looking at your disruption asset, say Tesla, and your scarcity asset, MicroStrategy, and you're moving money back and forth, trying to ride the hot hand.
Next up, we've got leaps. That's L-E-A-P-S. And you can just think of these as a way to get some serious leverage on a stock you believe in, like really believe in. It lets you control a big position without having to put up all the cash to actually buy the stock.
And just look at that number, 2.25x. That's what we're talking about. The source lays out an example where you can get more than double the exposure for the same amount of cash. It's a massive amplifier for your potential gains. But you got to remember that leverage works both ways. It amplifies the risk too. So you've got disruption over here, scarcity over there, and these advanced tools in the middle. How does this all fit together? What's the grand unified theory for navigating a chaotic future?
Well, it all comes together in this really cool concept the source calls asymmetric shields. It's a beautiful way to think about it. You're building a portfolio that does two things at once. One part, your AI play, gives you this incredible, uncapped upside potential. The other part, your Bitcoin play, acts as a shield to protect you if the whole system starts to crack.
And that's pretty much the whole framework. Our goal here was just to unpack this specific thesis for you, but it leaves you with a really big question, a question you've got to ask yourself as you watch the world change faster than ever. In this age of accelerating AI, what are your shields going to be?